Brad Bradley and the Heritage Pioneers will kick off their season at City Stadium on Friday night when Joe Favero and the Magna Vista Warriors come to town. I had a chance to catch up with Coach Bradley on Thursday night. We look ahead to the game against Magna Vista. It's Brad Bradley on the Sports Buffet podcast.
Brad Bradley and the Heritage Pioneers get ready to kick off the season against the Magna Vista Warriors, and Coach Bradley obviously was not scanning the schedule for the easiest opponent in the world because Joe Favero's squad, definitely not that. Talking to the head coach of the Pioneers, and Coach, Magna Vista has lost some weapons, but still a pretty formidable football team. What do you see in Magna Vista that worries you?
I think that Coach does a great job. We kind of looked it up the last 3 years. Magna Vista beat Heritage at a total of 110 to 26. So we got to come out and we got to come out, and play and take it personal. We got to have a little chip on our shoulder Friday night when we walk into the stadium. This is last year we're playing each other. We will not continue the contract next year. It's just not going to work out. So this is the last time, at least for 2 years in the regular season, that Heritage to square off with Magna Vista. So, I think our kids are excited. We've been working for this since June 30th, but we're working this since March. So, first game for the seniors, first game of the year, first game in the stadium for the year. So, I think we're excited, and I believe we're ready.
Talk about getting these guys out in the Brad Bradley era, to me, kind of officially starts when that first game hits as well, because, practices and scrimmages are not the same as that first game. What are you expecting out of your group?
Well, I just think that, I just want to see our kids execute on offense, defense, and special teams. I want to see us fly around with a lot of emotion, and I want to see us, stay positive even in the face of adversity. I think that's what any coach wants. On a personal level, I really do want to see our kids fly around and play on all three phases of the game. And I think if we do that, you always have a chance to win. And you know me well enough, and any coach well enough to know that we can't make mistakes. We've got to we've got to go out there. And we got to make Magna Vista earn everything they get, whether that's on offense, on their defense, and special teams. We got to make them earn everything. And if we can do those things, if we can not turn over the football, execute on offense and defense, be solid in our special teams, I think then I'll be very happy and very pleased with our first game.
We've kind of touched on this before, but did the preseason go too good, if you know what I'm saying?
No, I think I think coming in there in March, under the tutelage of our athletic director Mark Storm, our then principal Mark Meyer, I was able to get down there a lot and get with these kids really 3 days a week since the end of February and the beginning of March. So I think that's been a really good thing. I've got to know these kids. It's not like I just came in there and met them July 30th when we started football season. So we've got to know these kids pretty well. We've got to know us. There's still some things that we haven't gotten to go over on offense, defense, special teams, so on and so forth. But in terms of our kids meshing with the coaches and meshing with the system and what we want to do in our philosophy, I think we're coming along exactly where I'd like to be at this point.
Before I ask you real quick what worries you about Magna Vista, kind of a unique situation where you guys play tonight and are off next week. With that being said, how important does that make Game 1?
I think it makes Game 1 tremendously important because, you have 2 weeks to live with the loss. And, I feel like that you never like to have an off week, myself personally. But to have it the second week, it's just the luck of the draw. I think it can be to our advantage. I think that, we can get a lot of things worked out next week. A lot of times when you're new in the program, you're getting as much done as you can in the first couple, 3 or 4 weeks before you play that first game. You play that first game, and you got to fix a bunch of stuff the second game. I feel like that this game is really important because it's the number one game on our schedule. That's the first thing. Number one. Number two, I think it's important because it's going to kind of set the tone for the rest of the year. And I really do think it's important because I think that Magna Vista's had our way with our football team over the last 3 years, and I think it's something that we need to come out and take it personal that that's not going to happen anymore. That we're here and we're here to play, and it's going to be a football game. It's not going to be like it has been.
What worries you specifically about Magna Vista?
I think they do a tremendous job. Their quarterback is a very athletic quarterback. They have a running back that's a tremendous runner. Big kid can run it. In between the tackles, can run it outside. Number 6, their wide receiver is a very rangy, fast. Just a good athletic kid. He also returns punts. So I definitely think that number 1, their athleticism scares me on offense. Number 2, I think they're very solid on defense. There's not a lot of holes in their defense. They do a good job. They get to the ball. They gain tackle. So we're going to have to be good on both sides, of offense and defense. I think special teams, being the first game of the season, that's a lot of times where that either comes to benefit you or comes to haunt you. And, I don't think either team, myself or Coach, from Magna Vista over there is really sure about what they have on special teams right now, because you really haven't done them a lot live. They have had one game. They played a benefit game with Dan Rivers, so they got to go live on special teams. This will be our first time really going live. So even though we've done them in practice for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I think that's going to be a huge part of the game of special teams, especially in the first game of the season.
Before we hit the keys to the game real quick, are you nervous? Do you get nervous with your first game with a new team?
Yeah, I think any coach is crazy if they say they're not nervous. I don't think I'm nervous to the point where, I just, get nervous, especially. I don't know if it's nerves. I think I'm excited. I think I'm concerned, to make sure that we've put the game plan in on offense, defense, special teams, and just overall, the way. But, to me, I've been very fortunate enough to coach a lot of games. I don't know exactly how many. I think I'm over 180, 190 games now. And to me, it's a chance for us to kind of get in there and start playing. And we work so hard Monday through Thursday, to kind of get a chance to get paid on Friday. That's what we tell our kids. And right now, we've worked hard since June 30th. And really, if you go back, we've worked hard since the end of February. So now it's a chance for us to put our product on the field. And, I don't know if I'm so much as nervous as I'm very excited for our kids.
Final thing, always appreciate the time. Look forward to a recap in Magna Vista, and then looking ahead to Glass in a couple weeks soon. But offense, defense, special teams, give me the keys to the game.
I think offensively we have to, we can't turn the football over. We have to take advantage of every single possession we have. We have to execute up front with our blocking assignments. We have to catch the football. We have to hold on to the football. We have to make the right calls. I think it's just execution and no turnovers. I think that's the big thing. On defense, I think that we secure tackles. We don't need to go out there and try to make the big hit. I think we secure tackles, make tackles in front of us, make them line up another down. We always say that the only one that counts is the one that crosses the goal line. So I think on defense, it's game tackle, it's get to the ball, it's formation recognition, and it's about carrying out our assignments. Special teams, I think a huge key to the game is whoever executes and makes a big play on special teams. Special teams can make a huge difference in any game, but I think beginning of the season, when really some of the kickers are new, the punters are new, long snappers are new, systems are new, whatever. I think and nobody's really going live. I think that can be a huge part of the game.
Best of luck against Magna Vista. We'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you again. I appreciate your time and putting us on here. Thank you very much.